What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Super Saiyan Goku from the latest Ichiban Kuji, Dragon Ball vs. Omnibus Brave. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. This figure is based on Super Saiyan Goku from Dragon Ball Z. The pose and design seems based on Goku from this Daizenshu Super Saiyan illustration from Akira Toriyama himself. This figure is an Ichiban Kuji release, so if you'd like to learn more about Ichiban Kuji, check the link in my description below once this review's over. If you're also interested in buying this figure, there's another link down there that you can check out once this review's done. This figure was released on October 27th, 2023, along with the rest of the Ichiban Kuji set. Goku stands at just about 11 inches tall, weighs 1 pound 14.2 ounces in box, weighs 1 pound 3.1 ounces on his own, and the figure comes whole with his support. Son Goku. Very cool, man. Very cool that we have Super Saiyan Goku from the Namek saga. So this is kind of like towards the tail end of his fight with Frieza. You know, his shirt is starting to rip off. It hasn't completely come off yet, so they can still make another Super Saiyan Goku from the Namek saga because we have him with the blue shirt still on when he first transforms. This one, like midway through the fight, and then, you know, by the end of the fight his shirt's completely gone, so they can do another one if they want, which I wouldn't necessarily complain. Goku's my favorite character, and as you guys know, I'm trying to represent so many different designs and forms and characters on all of my shelves throughout the entire Dragon Ball franchise, so I wouldn't mind that. But I will say, as a character choice, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's the first time that we're seeing this as an Ichiban Kuji. We have gotten this as the Super Master Stars piece in the past. A lot of people have compared this to the Super Master Stars piece. I'm personally not a big fan of that figure. I think it looks very flat, like he's very straight. You know, it's kind of like standing in a line. Whereas if you compare it to the Daizenshu design, this one is proportioned and posed much better and more in line with the source. Plus, I don't think the Super Master Stars piece has the best likeness for the face, but that is an interesting topic that I will get into. But I'll give this a 4 out of 5 because it's our first Masterlise Ichiban Kuji of this Super Saiyan Goku. So the only reason I'm not giving it a 5 out of 5 is because it's another Goku, it's another Super Saiyan Goku. You know, I would give it a 5 out of 5 if it was like Super Saiyan 2 or, you know, something different from Goku. Super Saiyan God Kaioken or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken, something like that, you know. But I digress. Let's talk about his likeness. So something that I've noticed, you know, I was comparing this to his production images and just the more I look at this figure, the more disappointed I become. His likeness isn't bad, and I think the person who sculpted the Orange Piccolo in this set, who also sculpted the Brolys from Back to the Film and History of the Film, I think he sculpted this one because there seems to be some similarities, because this is more of like a realistic looking Goku. Like some of his details are more like realistic rather than closer to the source in the anime. So they definitely took some creative liberties. I will say this, his face, it's not bad. I don't think his likeness is bad, but when you do compare it to the production images, it looks a lot different, and I think the entire face is different in the production images. I'll put a comparison shot here if I can, but I think it looked better in the production images. And the big thing is, I think his nose looks a lot bigger now than when they initially revealed it in the production images. So I'm not a big fan of that. However, I do like the rest of it. You know, his scowl, there's the little detail of his lips. His eyes look really good. He has some scuff marks on his face from his fight with Frieza, so it's not bad. I just think the production images looked a lot better, so I'll give his likeness a 4 out of 5. Now the sculpt is where I'm going to get kind of critical. I'm going to give this sculpt a 3 out of 5. So the reason I'm going to give the sculpt a 3 out of 5 is a few things that I noticed. First and foremost, his hair is not bad, but when you look at the Daizenshu source that they're basing this off of, it's more of that fluffy, white, like solid Super Saiyan hair. Kind of like the Dragon Ball Legends Yardrat Super Saiyan Goku that came out a few years ago, if you guys are familiar with that. Or his hair should look closer to the Super Saiyan Bardock from Dragon Ball Heroes, the 4th mission Ichiban Kuji that I recently reviewed. It should look more like that, so I don't know why they didn't like kind of just take that and use that as a base. Probably because it's a different sculptor, but I don't like how they detailed his hair that way. You know, a lot of people were saying his nipple is not proportioned correctly. I don't think it's terrible, but yeah, it is like a little too high. His nipple should be a little bit lower because that's just kind of how nipples work. So that is a little strange, and his abs are definitely odd. Like, I don't know if abs are supposed to look like this, and I don't have the Daizenshu picture right in front of me, so I don't remember off of memory if his abs look like that. Plus, his biceps are like his left bicep towards the side of him where the shirt, his blue shirt isn't closest to. It's like flat and squared off. And the biggest thing that really bothered me is that if you look at his pants, and I'll probably show some images here, you see some deviations from where they glued pieces of his pants together. And I've seen the Masked Saiyans reviews, which shout out to Masked Saiyan, go subscribe to his channel, great Dragon Ball figure review channel. But I saw his video too, and his Goku had the same issue, so it's not like a QC issue or anything. This just seems to be how this Goku comes. And that's just kind of unacceptable. Very disappointing. And it's also not really something that, oh, you know, you don't notice it if you don't look for it. Like, you kind of do notice it, even from a distance. So it's not ideal. And I don't know if this is a QC issue or not, but mine is a little wobbly. So if I don't put him down, like, you know, carefully, he will fall forward. It's not terrible, but that is something that I noticed. So just kind of sloppy on the sculpt, if I'm being honest. But I do like the details of the muscles. I do like the details of the torn clothes and everything, and his muscles, like his back muscles, are freaking insane. And I do like the hair sculpt. I just, you know, when I'm comparing it to the source and how I would picture this this Super Saiyan Goku, it just doesn't really reach that. So not terrible, but pretty disappointing, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna give the sculpt itself a 3 out of 5. Paint and shading, I'm also gonna give a 3 out of 5. One thing that I mentioned in my last video is that there's not really a whole lot of shading on these figures. You can see some on his skin, but if you compare it again to the production images and take that even a step further and look at the Daizenshu art, he's got like very, very detailed shading all over his skin, all over his pants and his gi, and I don't see any noticeable shading on his pants, if I'm being honest, and obviously I can't see any on the blue of his gi. So that's kind of disappointing too, because again, he's a Super Saiyan, so you're supposed to have like pretty dramatic shading to emulate the light that's against the figure. But probably the biggest disappointment for paint and shading for me on this thing is his hair. If you compare it to some of my other Goku figures, it looks so dull, very dull and dark, which is not, it's not bad, but it's bad for this Goku specifically, because the Daizenshu, and when Goku first turns into a Super Saiyan in the anime, it is more of a goldish white, fluffy like color, and this just isn't it. It's almost grayish, and that's really, really disappointing. In fact, when I put him on my shelf next to the other Frieza Saga figures, he stands out in a bad way, because everybody else on that shelf is painted so bright and colorful and saturated, and he's just so dull and flat. And to me, that's just really, really disappointing. So those are just some big issues for me on this figure. I might get, you know, put on the cross or something for this, but yeah, man, this just really disappointed me. I mean, the size and scale is good, right? He is the standard height for these Saiyan Goku figures, whatever you want to call it. That's perfect. That's a 5 out of 5. But that's not enough to save the rest of the issues that I have with this figure. So all in all, I saw a lot of people hype for this figure, and I'm not trying to be a contrarian or anything. You know, when I saw people were getting excited for it, I didn't see it. You know, I didn't see why people were getting so excited for it. So I was like, maybe it's when I get it in person that something is going to change in me. I'm going to see something that I really like. And I got it in person, and the more I looked at it and the more I talked about it with the members in my Discord and friends, and even my girlfriend who is watching this fight in the anime right now, it just got worse. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to give this figure today a 3 out of 5. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, please remember to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, and of course, share this with a friend, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget that we're doing a monthly giveaway. These are our prizes that we're doing this month for the giveaway, so make sure you become a YouTube member today, hop into the Discord server, and take part in our giveaway on this date. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.